Jared Dillian. Own your money, own your life.
I'm Jared Dillian. This is the Jared Dillian Show. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about Chipotle in a second. I'm actually not kidding. We're going to be talking about Chipotle. If you want to call to talk about Chipotle, Fat Boy, please call 844-305-7800. That's 844-305-7800. This is the Chipotle Show. First, we're going to talk about... So my wife handles all the outdoor stuff. She handles everything, actually. I don't handle, my job is to, I guess, talk to you guys. So my wife handles all the outdoor stuff. So I don't know what anything costs. I know that when we first moved into the house, she needed the lawn mowed in a pinch, and she tried to hire a guy, and he tried to charge her $150, and she told him to beat it. And I don't know what she ended up doing. I don't know what anything costs at all. But now it's winter and it's starting to snow, and so I looked up like how much snow removal costs, how much it costs to get people to shovel your driveway. And I used to do that when I was a kid. I used to shovel driveways for not a lot of money, like I think $10 is what I got. Plus I was really slow. I was also very slow. I mean, I was not a professional. Removing snow from your home costs an average of $110 with a typical range of $48 to $173. By the way, kids don't do this anymore. It's adults. Anyway, larger properties with longer driveways, more sidewalks, or roof clearing can run upwards of $400 or more. That's a lot. Hiring someone to plow costs $30 to $50, while sidewalk shoveling or snow blowing is $25 to $75 an hour. Most companies also clear roofs for an additional $250 to $500. If you're going to have somebody up on your roof in the snow, you would better have umbrella insurance, okay? On average, 11,500 people go to the emergency room every year with shoveling-related injuries, from back strains to heart attacks. So, so you're going to spend, on average, $110 to get rid of snow. And... I like shoveling snow. Whether the cold didn't bother me, actually I'd work up a sweat. I'd get bundled up, I'd go out there and I'd work up a sweat. It was pretty good exercise. I didn't mind at all. Let's talk about Chipotle. Chipotle is the best restaurant in the world, especially if you're on a budget. Now, you can get other you can go to McDonald's and get a McDouble for $2, but let's talk about the nutritional value of the McDouble versus the nutritional value of a chicken burrito or a chicken bowl at Chipotle. Healthy food, lots of healthy food for cheap. It is the best deal if you are on a budget. I remember 2006, I went to my first Chipotle and I got a burrito. And I said, oh, my God, what is this? This is the most amazing thing in the world. How do I invest in this? Then I want to say the company went public in like 07 or 08. And it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. And now it's on fire. And there's a whole story behind that, which I'll get to in a second. It's been a pretty good investment for people who've been able to hang on. But it's way better than fast food. And, I'm sort of a fast food connoisseur. I am a garbage gut. Although I don't eat Taco Bell. That's kind of where I draw the line. I don't eat Taco Bell. But I eat Arby's. I will get a half-pound roast beef sandwich at Arby's. And it is good. What else do I eat? Cookout. If you've ever been in the South, in the Carolinas, they have something called Cookout. I am telling you, Cookout is going to take over McDonald's someday. It's amazing. So I know my fast food. And Chipotle is way better than fast food. So, by the way, fast food is not cheap anymore. If you go to McDonald's and you get like a Big Mac and a soda, it's like $6 or $7. Or you go get like a double Whopper at Burger King. It's nasty and it's expensive. It's almost as much as Chipotle. Why would you get a Big Mac and a Coke for $6 when you can go to Chipotle and get a bowl and a soda for like $9? And by the way, it's so much food. I take my assistant out to lunch and he eats half. He takes the other half home. That's really all his food for the day. It's an insanely good deal. You know what the best part of Chipotle is? The best part of Chipotle is the rice. The rice is the cilantro lime rice. It is unbelievable texture. It's indescribably good. That's really what makes it. And not to beat up Moe's, but if you go to Moe's, like the rice, everything else at Moe's is pretty good. I like Moe's. I'll eat Moe's, but the rice does not compete with Chipotle. It doesn't. And then there's Qdoba, which is another thing altogether. Yeah. I mean, if you go to here's the economics of it. If you go to a real restaurant for lunch, you're going to spend $20. If you go to a real restaurant for dinner, you're going to spend like $40. If you go to Chipotle, you're going to spend $9. And Chipotle, it's one of those foods. You could have it for, well, they're not open for breakfast, but you could have it for lunch. You could have it for dinner every day of the week. It's that good. You never get sick of it. I have never gotten sick of Chipotle. I just never get sick of it. I go there 2 or 3 times a week, and the times I don't, like, I just want to mix it up, but Chipotle, I keep going back. I've eaten at Chipotle thousands of times. And I sort of joked about, being a fat boy in the beginning of the segment. Yeah, I could lose 20 pounds, but Chipotle is not what contributes to my weight gain. I mean, if you get a bowl, it's like 600-700 calories. I mean, yeah, it's not diet food, but it's healthy. And especially if you're like working out, weightlifting, it's like if you skip the rice, it's not a lot of carbs. I mean, gee whiz, it's a good deal. Yeah, and if you don't get the drink, it's like $7. Yeah, so the stock has been Mr. Toad's wild ride. Like the E. coli thing, just whacked it, cut it in half, and then some. Then there was a guy named Bill Ackman, who's an activist investor, and he had a pretty bad track record. And all of a sudden, he jumps into Chipotle, and he's been killing it. And if you bought that stock when there was diarrhea in the streets, you were living like a king right now. By the way, I have some personal bests in eating burritos, so I can eat one burrito in 1 minute and 50 seconds, and I can eat 2 burritos in 5 minutes. And I encourage you to challenge me in burrito eating and call the show sometime. Call 844-305-7800. I would love to hear if you can beat my burrito eating records. And I bet I could do it faster now. I bet I could actually beat those records. Eating lunch is a struggle for me because, if you bring food from home, that's cheap. That's like $2. But then you never leave your desk and you never go outside. If you go to a real restaurant, that's $20, and you can't do that all the time. If you go to fast food, it's still $8 and you're eating garbage. This is why you eat Chipotle. Chipotle, in addition to being delicious, is the best financial decision you could make. And I am doing a segment on the radio on how Chipotle Mexican Grill is the best financial decision you can make. If you bring food from home, it's $3 a day, 250 work days, $750. If you eat fast food, it's $8 a day, 250 days, $2,000. If you eat at a restaurant, it's $20 a day, 250 days, $5,000. If you eat at Chipotle, you are loving it. I'm Jared Dillian. This is the Jared Dillian Show.
Jared Dillian. Own your money, own your life.